Number 30. Okay, these ones say to solve for A and B. So we've got 1, -1, 0, A, -2, 1 is equal to 1, B, 0, 3, -2, 1. So what is A equal to and what is B equal to? A is 3, B is -1, okay? Same spot in the matrix. They're supposed to be equal when they have equal dimensions like that. 32. Okay, same instructions. We've got A plus 3, 2, 0, and 5 is equal to 4, 2, 0, and B minus 1. All right, what is A equal to and what is B equal to? A is 1, B is 4. Nope, B is not 4. 6. Okay, the B minus 1 is equal to 5, so B is equal to 6. All right, the next one say to verify that the matrices are inverses of each other. So for 34, we've got A is equal to -2, 1, 3, 1, 2, -2, 0, 1, -1, and B is 0, 1, -2, 0.25, 0.5, -0.25, 0.25, 0.5, -1.5. No, 1.25. Okay, so what do we normally do to verify that they are inverses of each other? Multiply them and they should be equal to what?
Zeros. Ones.
The identity matrix.
I was
No. Yes, the identity matrix, okay. So it has zeros and ones. It's the ones are on the diagonal, the main diagonal, okay. So I'm not going to make you do that by hand, okay, but you're going to put these two matrices in your calculator and multiply them, okay. You've got to do both directions. You've got to show A times B, and you've got to show B times A. So remember, you go to second, and then the little x to the -1 is the matrix button.
It also says matrix.
Yes. Did you get it equal to the identity matrix?
Yeah. No. Well, you can get this
All right. Let's see. All right, next, find the inverse. If it exists. So 36, 6, 3, 10, 5. No, not yet. Okay, yeah, we're going to find out if the determinant is not equal to 0, then we have an inverse. If it is equal to 0, we do not. Okay, so 6 times 5 minus 10 times 3. So 30 minus 30 is 0, so there's no inverse here. Just another example. If we had 6, 3, 5, 10. Okay, so just for, this was AD minus BC, just in case you need to know that. So now I've got 6 times 10 minus 3 times 5. So 60 minus 15 is 45. Okay, and then the formula for the inverse, okay, I'm just going to rewrite it because it's been a while since we did it, is 1 over AD minus BC times D negative B negative C A. Okay, so these two terms flip. These stay the same, but you put a negative sign on them instead. Okay, so I'm going to have 1 over 45 times 10, negative 3, negative 5, 6. So that's going to be 10 over 45, which, yes, I know it will reduce. Negative 3 over 45, negative 5 over 45, and 6 over 45. So this becomes, let's see, 2/9. Negative 1/15, negative 1/9, and 2/15.
Is that the answer?
All right.
Whoa, I think the determinant, how do you do that?
All right, we're going to find the determinant of a 3 by 3. Okay, this one is just going to be a random example. 3, 2, 5, 0, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1.
So you take the 3 and cross multiply the 1.
Okay, so Allison, I'm going to try to draw your little circle box thingies for you.
Then you cross multiply the 1 and the 1, and it's 3 by 3.
So it'll be 3 times, okay, 1 times 1 minus 2 times 3. Okay, then remember the next sign, they alternate, so it's going to be minus 2. Actually, here, let me switch colors and do it. Minus 2 times, we ignore, okay, the rest of the stuff in its own column, so this is going to be 0 times 1 minus 3 times 4. Okay, and I don't care if you write out all the little, like when you know that's going to be 0 or you know that's just going to be 1. I don't care if you write it out, but you do need to show that you're doing it by hand at least. And then for the last one, it's going to be plus 5 times everything that's not in its column. So 0 times 2 minus 1 times 4. I'm going to try to simplify it down here. So 3 times, let's see, 1 minus 6 is 5, negative 5. Minus 2 times 0 minus 12 is negative 12. Plus, sorry, that color's really hard to read, isn't it? 5 times 0 minus 4, so negative 4. Let me switch colors so it's not like that. Can y'all read that? It's 3 times negative 5 minus 2 times negative 12 plus 5 times negative 4. So negative 15 plus 24 minus 20. So what is that? Negative 11? Is that right?
Yeah.
Cool. I don't know why this like can't stay clear. Are we okay with determinants? Do you remember how to check them on your calculator to verify that they're right?
You like hit the second matrix.
Yeah.
And then you can go to math and you hit determinant, and then you go to second matrix. And then you make the second matrix, and then start put in the middle, and then click A, and it says error invalid. I can't wait to have it.
You probably didn't have a square matrix in there then.
Well, I know because I can't make a square.
Okay, but if I left it as matrix A from before, I know I took the determinant of that and I got 4, okay? This is my recommendation, okay? A lot of you need a really good grade on this last test to do well, okay? So, my recommendation is, despite the fact that I'm telling you you have to do everything, or most of it by hand, meaning you need to show your work, you can always check it with your calculator to make sure you don't turn in something that's wrong, okay? Now, let's say you got this and your calculator said that the answer is really supposed to be negative 12. You go back and look at your work, you can't figure out what you did wrong, okay? Make a note on there and be like, I know that based on what my calculator says, my answer is supposed to be negative 12. I got negative 11. I can't figure out what I did wrong, okay? That tells me, hey, I checked it. And that tells me that you recognize something is wrong and you tried to fix it, okay? And I'll be a little more generous if I know you're doing that, okay? So hopefully that will help you, okay? I'm trying to let y'all have an opportunity to do really, really well on this final thing, okay? To have one really good grade here going in at the end, okay? All right, that is all. Okay, you can also do an inverse on your calculator if you put in the matrix that you want. You're not going to be able to see that. If you put in the matrix that you want, and then the button that actually you click to get matrix, it's the -1 button. If you do that, it'll come out and tell you what the inverse of your matrix is. Okay, so that's another way you can even check your inverse ones. Like that. The button that you actually click to get matrix, the X to the -1 button. So once you hit your matrix, so like hit matrix A, and then just literally hit that button, don't hit second or anything, and it'll put the little -1 by your matrix, and that'll run your inverse for you. So it'll be another way you can also check your inverse, and then if it comes up and it's like domain invalid or something like that, then you know that you couldn't actually take an inverse of it. Cool? All right. So adding on to what you had yesterday, where did we stop yesterday? 21? Get rid of that because that's obviously not the answer. Let's see, we stopped at 21. $29, $31, $33, $35, and 41 and 42. Okay. 42, you obviously cannot do by hand. That has to be done on a calculator. Okay, let me tell you. You can do it by hand. I don't advise it. You will not enjoy it. You have fun with that. Okay. Again, with 35, it's an inverse problem. You need to attempt it by hand, but again, check it with your calculator to make sure you did it right. And these are due tomorrow. We have one more little thing out of 7.3 that we need to do. And then Thursday we'll be reviewing for a test on Friday. Okay.